Hi everyone, I'm Sue from Congressional Volkswagen, and we are test driving the Tiguan. I love the Tiguan. Tiguan is such a nice choice for those who prefer not to drive behemoth SUVs, and I am one of them. I like a smaller car, but I like the functionality of the Tiguan. With the Tiguan, you have four-wheel drive optional. You feel as though you're sitting in an SUV, but feels more like you're driving a car, which I like that as well. We have great functionality. We have 60-40 split seats in the back that fold down, so you can have a passenger in the back with either one of the seats coming down, so you can store things from the cargo space forward. And you also have the front seat that folds all the way down. So you can load this car up with everything if you're doing a lot of home improvement things or whatever it might be, or not. You can fill it up with your friends, throw some cooler in the back, and head to the beach. I'm always so impressed with how this car drives. I like a car that has the functionality of an SUV without actually being one, because who wants to park one of those giant behemoth SUVs in the city? I certainly do. And where I live, it's rather urban, and this just works out perfectly. Now, the other thing, when you get in this car, and what do you feel? I mean, I'll just kind of take you through how I feel when I get in the car. It's sitting up high. Very comfortable, leather-wrapped steering wheel, great visibility, and one of my favorite features is the panoramic sunroof, which, if you like sunroofs and you like a lot of light in your car, which I do, then this is definitely the car for you. You should come check it out. I love a panoramic sunroof. Now, some days when it's 105 degrees out, maybe you don't want the panoramic sunroof. But the good news is the VWs have a great cooling system, so you can kind of do both. That's what I like. Volkswagen considers your safety, both during an accident and afterwards. For 3 years in a row, it's been a top safety pick of the IIHS, which is the Insurance Institute Highway Safety Commission. And we've been a top pick 3 years in a row. One of the tests they did was they put 15,000 pounds of pressure on the roof crash test for the base model, and it only indented the car 2 inches. I mean, that's amazing. It's not very much. Now, that's due to the laser seam welding, which is different than a lot of the Volkswagen competitors. Laser seam welding creates a solid structure as opposed to the spot welding you'll find in some of the other competitors' models. And it gives it a lot more structural integrity than a spot weld type of construction would do. Now, what happens after you get in an accident, which I hope you never do? The Intelligent Crash Response System does several things for you, and it does it right away. First of all, it shuts off the fuel to the engine. Second, it unlocks your doors, which is great. Third, it turns on your hazard lights. And fourth, it turns on your dome light. Now, these are all things that need to happen right away when you have an accident. But, if you've ever been in one, and I have, unfortunately, years ago, you're a little flustered and maybe not thinking quite so clearly when you first have an accident. So the car takes care of all that for you. But most of the time, it's good to know about all those things. The safety, we have tons of folks when they come into our showrooms, they ask us, tell us about safety. Tell us, how is my daughter going to be protected driving this car? Or my son, or my family? Is it a good family car? And yes, it is. This car is so versatile for so many different kinds of folks. I mean, it has the room to have family and all the things that go along with that, all the things that you have to bring all the time. But it's also a car for folks who like to do things, sporting activities, because you have plenty of room to load up the car and take off to wherever you like to go. You have accessories you can get, you get bike racks or whatever you need to do. But I consider this car for me, this is the car I would use to go do all the things I like to do. And I think that would be something you might consider. It isn't often that you're driving an SUV type car and you get a really sporty feel. This engine, the Tiguan is outfitted with the same engine as the GTI. So you get SUV functionality with GTI drive, and that is cool. I like that, and you can really feel that behind the wheel. It's very sporty drive, and it has a lot of get up and go when you need it, which of course I like that. Everyone, I just want to thank you for coming along this test drive with me in the Tiguan. It's one of my favorites, and I'm sure if you come in and take a test drive, it'll be one of your favorites as well. Have a great day.